Alien Fireteam Elite. This game is an underrated horde shooter. This game has great gameplay and some great classes. It's your host, the best gamer of all time, the man in the orange suit and tie, and we're gonna be ranking the classes in Fireteam Elite. So let's get into it. The Gunner, which is a solid class that does good damage, takes out specials like no tomorrow, and also in horde mode, it really clears out those specials like I said, but it doesn't do much crowd control. That's the only thing that is holding it back because it doesn't shut down a lane like another class, but it's a good class and pretty solid. It is B tier. Demolisher is a class that can shut down a lane and really do crowd control by knocking everyone back, and that's including specials. So hypothetically, if you had this class and a gunner, it's a great combo to eliminate the special elite enemies. His weapons are also incredibly broken in this game, and with weapons automatically locking in on targets, which is why I hint on why I say he just can lock down a lane, and also he's extremely broken one more time. And really, in those moments where you have to hold down a position, it's like you are built for that. If you're on levels, horde mode, or even versing robots, I think this class is honestly S tier. There is a lot of moments in horde mode even where I could think of where there's so many special elites coming up to me and I can just stun them, and then my gunner can just easily just go in, clear it all up, doing so much damage. Demolisher and Gunner are super great. There is actually going to be another class that I think would be going very well with this combo, but let's actually dive more into the next class first. The Technician class is a sentry turret class, essentially. It has electric grenades which can slow down enemies and really allows your team to do some damage out, right? The turrets are cool, but to be honest with you, the weaponry is the reason why I'm having a hard time putting this class higher. I mean, the shotguns are cool to use, but you may have issues with long range. Slowing down enemies is fine, but if you have that combo going on, which is the gunner and demo, or another person, because there's actually another class, there's a couple classes that I could think of on the top of my head that can hypothetically actually either slow down the enemies or even stun them. I feel like we could survive without the Technician. It's a fun class and does seem to need some good positioning with the turret. It's not my cup of tea, which is why I'm ranking him C tier, but many could say he's B tier, and honestly I could agree with you, you know? Form your own opinion on this class, and perhaps leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of this class. I think Technician is actually, like, I'm not going to fight on Technician because Technician could be looked at as a C tier, but he could also be looked at as a B tier. He could be extremely mid. I'm not willing enough to fight anybody on that. There is another class though that I'm willing enough to fight, but Technician, he's not up there. I wouldn't fight for him, so he could be up there. Now Doc, if you guys check out my other videos, because I cover a lot of horde shooters on this channel, you guys know my belief with the medic class. I don't think every horde shooter needs them, and honestly I think it's kind of boring at times. But I'm not ranking how fun the class is, but how important is it? Like, for an example, what does it do for the team? Well, given the fact that it's the only class in the game to heal teammates, it's really important. The best team composition arguably can be Gunner, Demo, and Doc. For healing the team and keeping them alive. You don't really deal a lot of damage, but your teammates do. I've seen some builds where they use the medic a much more aggressive way, but even then, I don't know. Medic is a support class and should remain as a support class. Like, for an example, I've seen a build where basically they could actually use that machine, put down their machine down, the machine that heals people up, right? If you're standing in the circle. If you put down that machine, you can actually upgrade it to where like aliens are coming through and it slows down the enemies, and you can use it in a much more aggressive way. And yeah, that could be kind of cool. That's not necessarily a bad idea. It's just that I don't really utilize it. I don't really utilize that because I need to have the medic thing like right next to everybody so people can heal up, especially in horde mode. I like to have it near people. I guess you could position it in a way where people are going to be healing up, right? But also getting the aliens in that slow mode. It's a very interesting type. So I think the medic class is honestly going to be A tier though. I think it's actually literally, personally, I think it's actually behind Gunner, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. Now Phalanx. This class is very situational. He has his shield, which blocks damage and give back damage, but doing more back to the target. So for example, if like you're versing Sense, and by the way, this is really important. So if you're versing Sense and Sense are shooting at the shield, you do more damage back to them, right? But here's the problem, right? You're mostly going to be versing xenomorphs, so you don't want to be in front, meaning you're not really using the shield. If you're fighting Sense, get more value, but you're fighting Xenos most of the time. And not only that, if they're doing acid damage, you're still taking that damage. The shield can't block that. You still take damage. And it's the reason why I'm so hard on the shield is because that's like this whole gimmick. And to be able to use it really essentially on some missions or very little is very heartbreaking. I'll say this now, the class is C tier. I'm going to be honest with you. It is C tier. I think personally, it's not the worst class in the game, but it could be very close to being the worst class in the game. It's just that you're not really utilizing the shield a lot. And if you're playing horde mode, you're pretty much just useless because you don't want to be in front. You don't want to actually have the aliens hitting you. You want to actually stay behind and actually start hitting them. It just doesn't make any sense. And it actually leads into the Lancer, because the Lancer is kind of the same as Demolisher, which is a problem because I just ask you, why not use Demolisher, right? His whole gimmick is not moving and standing tall and taking out enemies because it will increase your damage. So you can position yourself guarding a hallway, but you don't have a shield, right? So if you don't have a shield, you may want to back up and lose that buff to actually survive. You're still getting more value out of this though compared to the shield guy. But ironically though, Lancer skills should be on the shield guy because it's much more fitting. But that's my opinion though. I don't know. That's much more fitting to the class. And his secondary skill, which is, I'm talking about the Lancer, his secondary skill, which is stunning, is a worse version compared to the demo. Like, I ask why use this class. You probably may be tired of the Demolitionists, and that could be a good reason. But as of now, it's honestly B tier. Like, Lancer is a straight B tier. I think he's absolutely mid. He's not bad. I don't think he's a C tier because you could actually get some value out of him just by him steadying still, just taking out elites, and that's pretty much what you want to do, right? Going back to the Phalanx, the shield guy, he's not really that great of a class. Some of the skills I think should be swapped a little bit between the Lancer and the Phalanx. And if they actually did that, I'll be honest with you, I think I could picture Phalanx being in B tier just because of that simple fix, right? But as of right now, obviously they're not going to fix it because Alien Fireteam Elite 2 is coming out, and it's unfortunate with that. So they're not going to fix it, of course. But it leads on to the Recon class. The Recon class, I'm super unsure of. It's like trying to be a support class with its drone and giving people ammo, or its pup, which reveals enemies and gives reload speed and damage resistance, and some skills helping to increase your damage, like a damage dealer class. I'm just a little confused by it, and to be honest, it's my least played class because number one, you don't get this class until the end of the game, and two, it's a class that feels like it's not really needed. This may sound harsh, but I feel like this may be the worst class in the game. It's not very helpful, and I don't see many players play it. If it's trying to be support, I think Doc is better. If it's trying to increase more damage, I think that's fine, but Gunner and Demo or Lancer if you want more damage on the team. C tier for the Recon. And I don't think any class is D tier necessarily. I think D tier is a kind of position that you would want to put them in if they're completely not viable. I think every class in this game is actually viable. Demolisher, which is, you know, S tier, pretty much just taking all everything. Gunner, a lot of damage. Doc, support. Lancer, more damage. Technician, kind of like some damage, allows a lot of utility too in a way. And Phalanx, I mean, like I said, this could be the worst class depending on who you ask. And I could totally see this being the worst class. I might put him right here at the end of the list. So, but anyways, though, folks, that is my opinion. The best gamer of all time is going to be signing off. And make sure you leave a like. Make sure you comment down below. Tell me if you guys think I'm right or wrong. And are you excited for Aliens Fireteam Elite 2? Are you actually playing it right now, maybe? I'm not too sure. But anyways, folks, the best gamer of all time is signing off. Thank you all for watching.